And the Broncos will kick it away to start us off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Buckeyes offense will take the first swing of the game. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. He's looking to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The time-honored phrase for a quarterback is field general. This dude, in this environment, he's like a stadium commander. He's like an elevated rank above field general.
He's like an orchestrator. He knows how to set them off and bring it up and bring the excitement with the big plays and make it look easy time and time again. And that's why this offense is so impressive.
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him the ball off.
Wide open downfield. He found play. Gets it to the 39-yard line. And the Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
Breaks the tackle. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. He wants to throw. Finds his man. It's McDuffie. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The corners are walked up tight. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Got his man in the middle. Down to the 3. That's where they'll have it 1st and goal.
Defenses are put in such a tough spot when offenses get in 3rd and short because the whole playbook is open and they go with the pass. I love it. They sneak the pass in there. Nice success. Great job by the quarterback getting rid of the football, getting the first down, now set up 1st and goal.
Got nothing last time. Now 2nd and goal from the 3. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
The closer you get to the end zone, the more aggressive I'm going to become. I'm going to take away the quick, easy stuff, and I'm going to blitz and bring pressure and put him on the quarterback and get him on the ground like you did right there.
It's still 3rd and goal.
42, Spider.
Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He was thinking touchdown on the scramble, but they're able to stop him short of the end zone.
You know, in these goal line situations, shrink, it's easier to key in on these guys that you know can fly at the quarterback spot. Defense was locked in. Nice job on the 3rd and goal.
Absolutely perfect. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Boise State Broncos offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And there's no doubt, guys, we will be focused on these 2-star playmakers on the outside.
I'm curious to see how much man coverage we're going to see today. I don't know if either of these defenses is confident enough to go mano-a-mano with these two dudes on the field. They're two of the best in the nation.
These cornerbacks aren't looking for man-to-man coverage. I can promise you that. They'd be like, give me some help over here. But we're going to see some split screens, and we're going to see who had more catches, who had more yards.
Going deep. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down.
It's a nice effort by the running back, but in that 3rd and long situation, it just too much work for that running back to convert that 3rd down. Really, nice job. Got to give the defense credit. They surrounded him, got him to the ground.
They'll run the option. At midfield, he's got room. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Across the 25, he's got room. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds. It is getting loud as this crowd tries to help its defense. Now they'll try the right side. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. On the option. Shakes off the defender. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference. Be great in your conference. Get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great.
Just plowing down the field. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Broncos. The field position was bad. The finish was great. Great way to answer that poor field position.
Poor field position, no problem. How about it? Great job by the offense coordinator. This offense getting in a good rhythm early, even backed up, even in a predictable situation. Great job coming out.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Wide out in motion. Caught in the backfield, it's McDuffie. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. The Buckeyes want to pick up the tempo. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He's going to take off. Still running at the 40. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. And he was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Makes the grab on the left. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Complete in the middle. Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42. The Buckeyes are on the move.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They make the stop. Do their work up top and pick up a 1st down. This guy makes it look easy, just like a lot of recent Ohio State quarterbacks have.
Man, you can set your watch by these guys. I mean, whether it's C.J. Stroud, Justin Fields, I mean, we can keep going back year after year. They always got a really good signal caller that you can really depend on to make big plays.
Handoff to the lone back. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the 1st quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Boise State has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the 2nd. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. They'll put the tight end in motion. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. And the Buckeyes are in the hurry-up. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. After getting nothing done on 1st down, 2nd and goal from the 6. Quick pass on the fly motion. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point gives them a 3-point lead at 10-7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Air Force just wrapped up 4 quarters worth of dominance.
They got him in the end zone for a safety. Inexplicable lapse of judgment to go back into his own end zone.
Yeah, and sometimes you get confused and you get lost where you're out of the field, but not that far. And I don't know how to explain this. I would love to give you words and break this down and be like, this is what he was thinking. Know what he was thinking.
Goes to the option. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now we've got this major clash, head-to-head in front of the entire country, all eyes watching.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On third down, going up top. Couldn't find anywhere to throw the football, just got rid of it, and that's the number one thing. Avoid disaster here.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Three straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. Getting some heat. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave them a little bit of everything on that one. The Broncos have it with a 1st and goal.
3-25.
They'll try to get it in with the run. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. If you don't tip the scales at 3 bills, stay on the sidelines. Big boys in the goal line D. On 2nd and goal, he carries again. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Short throw is complete, and he'll grab it, step out of bounds, and pick up the first down. The Buckeyes racing to the line in the hurry-up. Motion from the offense. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Tackled after picking up the first down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
The Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. Reads it, fires complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Kept it on the ground on 1st down. See if they stick with that plan on 2nd. Leaves it with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. And the Buckeyes will call on their punt team. That is just gorgeous. Knocks it out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on.
Can anyone catch him? That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. He just broke the century mark, 100 yards on the ground, and he came into this game leading the nation in rushing. Red pass, it's complete. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They'll line up for a second down play. Discards a man. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, and it's so hard to contain this guy with all those options he has and the experience at the quarterback spot. But nice job by the defense limiting the damage. Didn't give up a huge gain.
On the option. Running with power. Refuses to go down. Keeps those legs churning. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Right back to the well. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
To the ground with the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Racing to the right. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Boise State.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
Two-point conversion attempt is coming. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, and it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. He's looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Jeffrey. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. Unloads to the wideout. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Now on the return. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Guys, it's been an entertaining first half and not a lot of time left to put some more points on the board.
No, but you got this possession right here to maybe go into the half tied up. So good first half, but a great way, Jesse, to end this first half.
Yeah, you'd love to take that momentum into the second half. And listen, this offense practices 2-minute every single week for this exact situation. They'd love to be able to go generate a few more points before taking it into the locker room.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats.
How nice is it as a play caller when you've got a running back as good as this guy, right? I mean, you can just dial up conservative run calls. Nothing has to be too tricky, too fancy. You just know he's going to go make good things happen. Even when it's not blocked properly, he is still finding ways to rip off long runs. This guy now has over 150 yards rushing in the game. Doesn't look like he's slow.
And that pass is intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover 1. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the foot.
And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
This defense will bring pressure from the linebacker level, from the cornerback level, free safety level, and the strong safety level. They're bringing it from all over the field.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great one going down in Columbus today. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football. Time to put an end to the speculation and find out there inside the horseshoe.
The Buckeyes will kick it away to start the second half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Boise State ready to send out that offense. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. The give to the left side. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18. This is the type of play that can give the offense momentum. 3rd and short from inside the 20. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
And the Broncos have it with a 1st and 10. They'll try the run. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
From the gun, give on the inside. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them snags it inside the 20. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes a stop.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
They'll give it to the back. Hard running there. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run.
Touchdown, Broncos! And they take it in for 6 more points. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Eastern Michigan rose to the occasion when it needed to, and they'll be celebrating a solid victory there in Ypsilanti. Week by week, you can feel the momentum building within that program. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Give to the running back. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. The Buckeyes want to crank the tempo. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. They give it to him again. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. On target over the middle. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. First down for this offense. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And how about this? It's the strong safety who spins down in the box all the time and usually plays run. You could tell, saw pass, diagnosed it, and went and got the quarterback on the ground.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Safe completion on the screen.
That's a tough one to execute on offense in that situation. 3rd down, you know it's going to be man coverage. If that receiver's not able to create any separation, then he's going to get tackled as soon as he catches the ball. And that's exactly what happened, now setting up 4th down.
And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on 4th down.
Man, that is just a great job on defense there on 4th down, making a play on the ball in the air. Everybody had their eyes on the quarterback, but having great timing, swatting the ball away, and doing it cleanly. No PI. And as a result, that defense has earned a rest. They're coming off the field.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Power football with the run. Just buried it. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making you...
Running wide open down the gut of the field. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. The Broncos with the 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd down. Wide receiver shows motion. With jet sweep pass. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing. Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside.
Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his 1st interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. Line getting set on 2nd down. That's the end of the quarter, and Boise State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be 3rd down.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get to 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. Now 2nd and 10. They want to just keep throwing it. Lets it fly. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Well, no mystery on that play call, right? You've got the lead late in the game. You've gotten the ball back on the other side of the 50 on your opponent's side, and so you're just going to run it. And it's fine if they know that. You just want to stay on the field and bleed this clock, and you got to start thinking about where are your best run-it runs. Which side of this offensive line is...
Fires deep toward the end zone. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed.
We still got time. Great job by the defense doing the most important thing, getting the ball back to their offense. Now the offense has to answer the bell, but good job creating the turnover. Now the offense, your turn.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
And the Buckeyes will hustle to the line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. He'll do it himself. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. He's got an open man. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And when you run the counter play, you're really hoping to bust that thing inside. You want to fake one direction, pull a guy, kick him out. But you could tell, great job by the defense making that thing bow. Go a little bit outside. Now, guess what? All the cavalry's coming. Everybody can run to the football. Everybody gets into play. Nice job by the defense.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Throws toward the end zone. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Late in football games, I have a plan. I want to run the football. I want to put my quarterback in great situations if I do throw it. Low risk, keep that clock moving, get a few first downs. And if I get a few first downs with that clock moving, I get the W and get out of here.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Get it out on the screen. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. And the Broncos will snap it on 1st and 10. Touch pass on the jet sweep. To the 15. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
The Broncos are moving quickly down the field. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. I think they'd keep it on the ground here to drain as much time as possible off that clock and hold on to this lead. He chucks one out to the right. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the pitch. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Quarterback gets the 1st down and more. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. A great chance to put this game away with a score here on 1st and goal. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Touchdown Broncos! And the punishment has been extended. They extend this 4th quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Not a lot of hope here, down 3 possessions late.
No, and I love this part as a pass rusher because I'm just pinning my ears back, getting to the quarterback. I know it's a pass every single time. Palmer, I'm trying to pad my stats. I'm sure you're just trying to stay upright.
Well, we're definitely just trying to stay alive at this point, but you're also trying to build confidence, too, for your next opponent. If you can find some completions late in the game, even though it looks like you're going to lose it, it's all about building on the good things you do this week so that you're out executing at a higher level the next time.
Fires and picked off. Didn't get much on the return, but what a huge play, and they are in business at the 24.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. 4th quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.